Everybody for coming and watching my speech for my public speaking course. This is my informative speech. I think we have four adults, and the person holding the camera does not have a baby, so hopefully that'll work out better for me. Okay, so let's begin. My speech is about media. I'm trying to inform you that it is a tool of the government and industry. All right. And how would I start any speech about media, about, this? Bacon and eggs. Of course. That's how you start every day. Why not start your speech with it? Why would I start with bacon and eggs, right? You know why? Because it's a product of the media. We didn't used to eat bacon and eggs for breakfast in America until there was a media campaign for us to eat bacon and eggs. In fact, the same guy that started that campaign, he started the Beech Nut Bacon campaign, which is beech nut like baby food. He started us eating bacon and eggs for breakfast. He got us in. He just worked on the campaign to get us into World War I, and he was on campaigns to elect two different presidents. It's the same guy. Now, I'm using this product because I'm using this subject because I've been into it for a while. I've read this book, Propaganda. There's an article by Carl Bernstein, CIA and Media, that I really like. And I've seen this documentary, and for 10 years I've been interested in this subject. So that's why we're here. And the reason I think it is important for people to know this is because nowadays you have, computers, tablets, laptops, phones. You're just completely saturated in media all the time. So it's pretty important to know that you are being manipulated. All right. So who is this guy? Edward Bernays. He's the guy who has us eating bacon and eggs every day. That's his name. He's not a very good-looking guy, I guess. I don't know. Very looking guy. Some of his most popular books: Crystallizing Public Opinion, Propaganda, and Public Relations. Some of the political clients: Committee on Public Information. That was who he worked for to get us into World War I. Calvin Coolidge's campaign, Herbert Hoover's campaign, the Army and Navy during World War II, and he worked for United Fruit. You might know United Fruit by its name today as Chiquita. Chiquita would just basically take advantage of all these Central American countries, and that's where the term Banana Republic comes from. That guy started that too, Banana Republic. That's his term. But here's some more interesting. Here's industry. Alcoa. Who's Alcoa? That's aluminum. That's the aluminum industry. What do you do for aluminum industry? He started a water fluoridation campaign. What the hell does the aluminum industry have to care about water fluoridation? Because the byproduct of mining aluminum is fluoride, and it gets into the water, and it pollutes all our water. But not if you make people think it's great for your teeth. That's what he did for them. For Beech Nut, he sold bacon for them. And we eat bacon. That is a traditional breakfast in America. Ivory soap, the best soap, right? Nope, he just had a bunch of doctor friends to tell us it was true. Tobacco industry. He's the one who got all these. My doctor decided, Tarleton is the best cigarette. That's this guy. That's him. What he did with the tobacco industry, which is interesting, is he started a campaign because they couldn't get women to smoke. So he called them during a women's movement, and got them called Torches of Freedom. Like women were more free if they were smoking cigarettes, and within a few months, there was all these big public, gatherings where everyone was smoking. All these women were out smoking cigarettes. This guy is all over the place. And here's some quotes. If we understand the mechanisms and motives of the group mind, it is now possible to control and regiment the masses according to our will without them knowing it. He's just telling you straight out. I work for industry, I work for the government, and we're going to control you without you knowing. Yeah, when he came back to the United States, this is talking about World War II, he realized he could use propaganda for peace. And propaganda was a bad word because the Germans used it, right? So he changed the name. What's the name now? Public Relations, PR. Everyone uses that, PR. It's propaganda, it's the same thing. Same things the Nazis were using, which he didn't like because he's Jewish. And at the time, what was the pinnacle of media? Motion picture. So what did he say? The American motion picture is the greatest unconscious carrier of propaganda in the world today. But we don't have just that today. We have all sorts of crazy stuff, right? Well, I'm going to change gears now. As a church committee. You probably don't know who the church committee is either. But the church committee, they looked into the Watergate scandal. They got Nixon, out of office. And what did they find out? The CIA was spying on people, right? But this guy, Carl Bernstein, he found out something else they didn't report. What did he find out? That all these different news organizations was getting stories and using them verbatim from all the intelligence agencies. So all that guy's work, everything that guy was saying, was put into action. And Carl Bernstein found it out. And who? New York Times, hundreds of journalists. Some notable names in New York Times, CBS, ABC, Time, Newsweek. Still know those places today. There was a bunch of others. These ones are still used today, and they were exposed as just copying verbatim stories from intelligence agents for the government. Propaganda, straight out. At the time, all you had was newspaper and radio, and then we had TV, and now we got cable news, and then we have social media. Social media is crazy now, right? We're like completely engulfed in all the media. It's completely saturated. And the social media is crazy now too. Mark Zuckerberg right now is on trial.
Yeah, he is.
Twitter's been caught just inserting hashtags that actually aren't popular, so they're trying to manipulate you. YouTube's inserting videos that actually aren't being watched a lot and saying that they're trending. They're manipulating you straight out. So, how do we get from bacon and eggs to hashtags? This guy. That's right, Edward Bernays. And Carl Bernstein's article on the church committee showed you that yes, the government is using it to control you. Now, if you're thinking that's kind of crazy, I don't know. You know what? I eat bacon and eggs all the time, every day. I drink water. I never think if fluoridation's good or bad. But if they have us eating bacon and eggs and they have us drinking fluoridated water, what else do you believe that they've just completely made up? Thank you. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Amen, brother.
If you like this, you can read Carl Bernstein's article, see it in the media. You can read an article, The Manipulation of the American Mind. Thank you very much.
Do you know that we are supposed to give our